Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to discuss about one topic which is very important for everybody. Imagine there is a situation where you are looking for job somewhere because the location where you are living in does not have very good opportunities in Canada. Okay, take for example, let's say you are living in Calgary. Okay, you are looking for opportunities in Toronto, or even in Toronto, let's say you are living in, say, Windsor or London, but there are not many IT jobs in that location, and you're looking for opportunities in Toronto. So, how to get a job offer without moving from Calgary or Windsor or London, Ontario, but still get a job in Toronto? Okay, so I will explain you some scenarios where you can take some of the points and implement in your job search. Okay, so what happens? Let's say whenever you are preparing the resume, okay, put your location as Toronto only, because that is where 70% of the job market in entire Canada. Okay, number one. Number two, if there is any call from the recruiter who asks you, are you willing to relocate, for example, for an opportunity in Calgary or in Windsor or in London or anywhere, whatever they ask you, if they ask you, are you willing to relocate, simply say yes. Okay, that is number one. Number two, let's say you got an interview scheduled for an opportunity in Toronto, but you are in Calgary, but you can't travel to Toronto, and they say it is a completely on-site opportunity. So don't lose interview opportunity for that. Instead, say that yes, I am willing to relocate and I am willing to come to Toronto and work on-site. Okay, why we are telling like this? We are telling like this because number one, after the offer, they might consider you to work remotely from Windsor or Calgary or London, or sometimes if we show some interest levels, they might change their opinion to allow you to work remote, even though they said initially that this is complete an on-site offer. So what do you have to say? You have to say, yes, I am willing to relocate and I am willing to work on site, and let's proceed with the interview. So what is the benefit here? Either we'll get the offer which is completely remote, or you will get an interview practice. So do not lose opportunity to get interviewed because of this relocation problem, or because of this on-site or remote problem. Okay, that is tip number two. Tip number three, let's say you got an offer for an opportunity in Toronto which is completely on-site, but you're in Calgary. So you got an offer. Now how do you deal with the situation? Okay, now what you have to say is, yes, I am willing to relocate still, and I'll come and join in the job in Toronto and attend the office which is completely on site. So you can agree to that, sign the offer letter, and then on the date of joining, okay, try to come to the on-site location at least for a week. Okay, even if you are in Calgary or Windsor or in London, try to come to Toronto at least for a week and stay in some hotel or somewhere, or in your friend's home, and try to attend office. Okay, because here what happens is, if you attend office for the very first week on site and explain the situation to your manager, then managers most of the times they consider you working remotely if you explain where you are actually, where your family is, and they will appreciate your seriousness in joining the company, coming from Calgary to Toronto on flight, spending money for the transit, spending money for the hotel. So they will love that seriousness, and they might, if they like your attitude in the very first week, they might consider you working from home remotely in Calgary for a job in Toronto. Okay, so This is the trick I have done for many of my mentees, and it worked absolutely fine. I haven't seen anybody not being allowed to work remotely after explaining their situation after they get the offer. If you tell the same situation before even getting interviewed, most of the recruiters won't even consider, because this is a decision the hiring managers or your manager will take and not the recruiter. For recruiter, it is always a deal breaker. So the moral of this story is, whenever some recruiter asks you, are you willing to relocate? Say yes. If they ask you, are you willing to come to office and work? Say yes, irrespective of wherever you are in Canada. Okay, and proceed forward with the interview. After you get the offer, if you say accept the offer, irrespective of whether it is remote or on site, and then attend the duties on site for a week. Show that you are committed to work in the company, show your seriousness, and then explain the situation to your manager. And then 90% of the times your manager might agree to work remotely from your place. In the worst case, what happens? In the worst case, there is nothing you lose except the 1 week of expense that you will incur. You will try for another offer. Instead of not being interviewed, not getting offer, it is better you work for a week and getting rejected on the basis that you cannot work on site, right? So this is a sincere advice I can make. Try and let's see if it works out. And I'm quite confident it will definitely work out. So I'll be giving you more tips like this. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and like. And if you have any questions on this, feel free to post it in the comments, or you can schedule a call in my calendar at www.ncplconsulting.net, and we can talk for 30 minutes in detail about your job search. Thank you so much, guys. See you.